Hey guys, it's September 3rd, I believe. It's Tuesday. And next week on Friday will be my 22-month update. So I'm not going to do updates right now. I want to actually do a response video to a couple guys. First, Dade. He just released a video talking about dysphoria, and honestly, Dade, it seems like when I start thinking about things and my journey and my transition and how things change from the very beginning of how I thought, for example, like bottom surgery. I did not think I'd ever worry about getting bottom surgery or it coming to that point where I feel it necessary to get bottom surgery. And then you came out, well, Tiffany actually came out with the video talking about bottom surgery. Yeah, I'm right with you, buddy. I wrote a little comment, and I'm not sure if you got what I meant, but the 2.5% like face, voice going on down the body, and how you did not release the 2.5% as the body changed and you were happy with it, I think what it is, honestly, I think it's a real natural reaction to our bodies. Number one, we have this self-image of ourselves. In my case, my self-image, and I've mentioned this on my prior videos, was of like a 22-year-old guy. And in the back of my mind, I've always known that I will never be that 22-year-old male. For one thing, I'm 50 and I have some health issues. But number two, how I respond to myself when I'm thinking different things like that, I try to continue to live my life as the glass is half full. It doesn't mean that I am happy with everything that is happening. The transition I am, the body changes I am. However, I don't feel that they're going fast enough in certain areas. And I guess what I'm talking about is like the fat. I never noticed the fat on my hips until I started working out and going to the gym. I'd already had my top surgery. I already have shown my chest and the extra weight I have underneath my arms. Now, my dysphoria, even in my videos, I've said, I know that, I knew it before, this is the way it is. That doesn't mean it's acceptable. It doesn't mean that my image of myself has changed to allow myself to accept that part of my body. It's very discouraging to me, in fact. The first 6 months or so, I was still really swollen, so it felt like my arms were resting on balloons. Now, I hadn't felt that way prior, or I felt that way and I buried it because I didn't think that anything would ever change in me. But now that I've had the top surgery, and I'm seeing and feeling this extra weight underneath my arms, and I've lost weight, so it's like where it used to be like it felt like a little balloon, now it just feels like a little roll of something. It's just very uncomfortable, and it's very discouraging, honestly, to me. Yeah, I feel good, my chest surgery. I'm not complaining about that. I know I have a nice chest. I honestly know that I have a nice body. I could really have a nice body if I was able to get where I needed to be eventually. But the fat redistribution is what bothers me the most right now in my transition. And I think, Dade, what's going to happen is if we look at guys like Ryan Salas, I've got a couple FTMs that I know that's been transitioning now into their 6th year. They have all said that the fat didn't stop redistributing until like 4 to 5 years into their transition. So I'm looking at myself and the weight I carry, and I have to tell myself to be patient. As far as bottom surgery, once I got the top surgery, I felt it a need to pack. Some guys don't, but I felt a need, and I think the reason why I felt a need to pack is because I did not want anybody to question me. People already questioned me a lot as female, wondering if I was a guy. And of course my voice and chest probably confirmed that I wasn't. But if they still looked at me and saw me as maybe female, or trying to decide what I was, I would want, because that's the next thing they go to. You don't have a chest, or questioning it, but let's see, and I just felt a need to really pack. Now here's the next thing. It wasn't up until just the last couple months, again, when I started going to the gym, that I had a problem packing. It's not wearing it's not the packer itself, because it really makes me feel good. It makes me feel better. It's the strap, because now the fat on my hips is more obvious to me. I don't know. It just seems like the fat is moving up, so where I put the strap, it's right there, and it cuts off. It makes the body look lumpy. Tony, my wife, my partner, tells me that you can't see that. So it's my own dysphoria that's causing me anxiety, and I really have a hard time with it. I've said this on the video before. I bought a strap on, and we've kind of altered it, and I like the way we altered it. But really, down the line, I think I'm going to try to get something that doesn't require a strap. So that might help with the dysphoria. But I know for myself, I totally get what you're saying. Really think about everything you want to do. Understand that, yeah, you're right. That dysphoria may not go away, but eventually your body will change. You're a young man, and eventually that fat will come off. And here's another thing. I heard you say on one of your videos that you work out and you really try to move that fat off your hips. Take it one day at a time, Dade. You'll get there, and don't get frustrated. I do see frustration in your face, and I'm glad that you make these videos, because it gives us something to share and talk about. But I do agree with you. It doesn't go away. It just every next step of the dysphoria we already had is enhanced, because the other one has disappeared. Feeling great about the chest. Look at me here. I really like the way I look, but when you get to about here down, I'm discouraged. I just posted on Facebook some pictures we did on our home. Sorry about that. Some pictures we did. We just did a project on our house, and Tony caught a picture of me painting. To me, and this is no lie, when I look at my pictures of me, because I don't feel like I look that way, but when I look at them, I call myself a roly-poly. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. And I get discouraged, because here I'm feeling so good and feel like things are really shaping up. My arms look good, and then I look at a picture and go, what the hell? That doesn't even look like me. But I'm just going to, I try to bury my dysphoria, and by burying it, what I mean is I tell myself one day at a time. I'm not even 2 years into transition. There's a lot more going on. There's a lot more to be changed, and just to try not to rush things, try to be patient, and try not to get angry. It's okay to be disappointed, but when we tend to get angry about things, it rubs off on our partners, and it's not fair to them. They, Tony, what Tony has done for me, to stay with me and accept me for who I am, and the changes I'm going to make, is just God sent. That's all I can say. So I try to make it as easy as possible to maintain these moods of dysphoric when I'm looking at my body or changing clothes to go to the gym, and I try not to show her my frustration or anything. I just really try to hold that in with me, and just to tell myself I'm trying my best. Not everything I can control. I've got to take it as it comes. So, Dade, that's my response video to you. I hope that you do see this. I just want you to know, keep making them, keep talking to us. Talking really helps to work through some things. I'm not the smartest person, and I haven't experienced everything, but I do have some experience, and I just wish you the best. You're a great guy. Okay, so my second response is actually kind of like this, Dade, so tune in to Finn the Invincible. I don't know if you watch Finn's journey. He's a great guy. He just did a video called Adjusting My Internal Self-Image. And Finn, I commented on your video, but yes, I know that I went through it. I went through where I was starting to be red, but it sounded weird to me. It made me uncomfortable because I was asking, are they doing that on purpose? Just a lot of things flooded my brain. And every once in a while when they read me correctly, Tony would say, "Sir," she'd joke with me, and it embarrassed me. I just I'm the type of person that likes to be accepted, but I don't make a big deal out of things. I'm shy. I really am. I'm not good with compliments. Not that I can't take them, but I just get really shy with stuff like that. So yeah, it does take time. What I found with me is when I got sick and I didn't feel like shaving or anything, and I started losing all the hair on my body from the medication, I let my facial hair grow out. It looked shabby, it didn't look great, but you know what, I didn't really care. And I found that there wasn't even a question in people's eyes anymore. And I found that I was responding to not responding. So when I didn't see any second guess looks or any questioning as people read me, when they didn't do that anymore, and the facial hair is the one that told them, hey, that's Mel, doesn't matter, he's Mel, I found myself not cutting the tree down inside me, to allowing it to flourish, and feeling better with being called Mr. and Sir. It does depress me on male privilege, but you know what? I'm only one person, and that's not going to change. The thing is, too, is that the MTFs got that male privilege for ever how many years they were male, and when they became female, they're finding out a lot of that male privilege is gone, and what women actually go through. And so I already get irritated what women have to go through, but now I feel bad even for the MTFs. But you're looking good. I love the way you bring to light internal stuff. Everything's out on the carpet with you. I enjoy your videos. I can relate to a lot of them, and you've educated me on some other things. Like I've said always, Finn, I gotta hand it to you. You were transitioning into Finn for a year before you got your testosterone, and anybody who can do that is okay in my books. So these are kind of my video responses to how we view ourselves, and sometimes it's not always talked about, and then sometimes it is talked about, and finding that other guys either have or have not experienced those things. But like I said, with you, Finn, as I was able to grow hair, This is my confidence thing. This is the thing I know I will always have, is some kind of hair on my face. Not because I'm just being read and there's no question about it, but it's because I'm not being read female at all, and my confidence level's going up. I'm fulfilling that part of my life that was so empty for so long. So anyway, guys, I hope that you both watch this. I hope I've brought some light. If anything, know that there's another person out there that has shared some of the same feelings, and we just keep going forward. You guys take care, take it one day at a time, and make your journey as simple as possible. Bye.